Welcome to Math with Mrs. Cox. We are working in Chapter 1, Lesson 1, Place Value Through the Millions. We are working on page 15. All right, we've been talking about place value, and this handy-dandy little place value sheet will be very handy to help you out with. Also, if you need to take a screenshot of that, you're welcome to as well. You won't need the decimal part, just the whole number sections. Okay, here we go. We are going to talk about place value. In the previous lesson, we discussed about expanded form and standard form and word form. So there's lots of great ways. Remember, expanded form is when they multiply it all out and simplify it as simple as they can be. If we were to write all this number down, it would look just like this. Also, I really like to go like this. Make sure you keep everything all lined up, and it works out quite nicely to help you add all these together. Now, some of you can do this in your head. I, however, am one of those people that have to write it down. And there's nothing wrong with that. It goes in the 10,000 spots. Count the zeros, 1, 2, 3 zeros, and then 1 times 8 is 8. 7 and 50. Then you add them all together. 0, 5, 7, 8, 9, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's what I got. So I can tell that I must have added it correctly. All right, we need to look at this highlighted digit and figure out its place value. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over. If we use this right here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over, we're going to see it's 10 thousandths spot. This is in the 10,000th spot, but we need to know the value. So if we were to erase all these numbers right here and just leave the 8, this is what we would have left, and that would be the value of it. Okay, same story here. We have this fun little thing, this fun number right here in the 9 spot. So it is over 3 spots, so it's 100 thousandths. If we were to erase all of these numbers here, we would have left 900 thousandths. All right, number 3 in this spot. Ooh, that's in a great big number. It's clear over here. We have 3 here, and then 3 here. It's in the 100 millions. So that's 300 million. Remember, if we want to know the value of that place, so we're going to erase all of the numbers and add zeros and put 300 million. Hundreds, thousands, millions. Good job, friends. All right, let me bend my little notebook here. We need to write this number in word form and expanded form. So there are 2 answers here, folks. All right, let's see if I can get that all over to fit. There we go. Word form, starting with this spot. 103 million. 103 million. Nicely done. I'm going to cover that up. Next we have 727. 727, and it's in a thousands spot. 1,000. Okay, I'm going to cover that up with my thumb. Now we have 495 left. So that's what you're at, 495. Put a little dash right here between 90 and 5, please, and on the 20 and 7. So that's our word form. Now we're going to write it in an expanded form, which means if we were to add it all out and make it look like this, we have to write it in a sentence like that with the plus signs. So expanded form, or when we slinky it out, 1 times a million equals, 1 times 100 million equals 100 million. Now we need a 3, so 3 times a million will get us that cute little place right there. Now we need this 7, plus 7 times 100,000, plus 2 times 10,000. Now we need that 7, plus 7 times 1,000, plus 4 times 100, that gives us that cute little guy. Then we need 9 times 10 to equal the 9 and the 95, and 5 times 1 to equal the 5. Ta-da! Push pause if you need to get all of that down, and you'll have to write small and neatly to get it to fit. Okay, let's turn to page 16. There we go. Hannah stated that 11,760,825 people saw the Miami Heat played last season. Chris wanted to make sure you heard the number correctly. Write this number in word form and expanded form. Okay, so let's take this section. We obviously have 3 here, and 2 into here. 3 here, and 2 into here. We are in the millions. So we definitely write 11 million. That covers those 2 little guys right there. Now we're on the 760. 760, and it's in the 1,000 section. Okay, now we have 825. 825, do a little dash between the 20 and the 5 right there, please. And I put this semicolon here to show that I did the word form, and I'm now going to do the expanded form. 1 times 10 million gives me this spot, that first 1. Then I have to plus sign 1 times 1 million to give me that place value right there. Okay, I'm going to cover those guys up. Then I have 7 times 100,000. I can take care of that guy. Plus 6 times 10,000. 6 times 10 is 60. That would give us the 60,000. Then 8 times 100. That gives me that place. 2 times 10 gives me that place. And 5 times 1 gives me that place. All right. There is the word form and the expanded form. All right, let's find the error in number 6. American car makers produce 5,650,000 cars each year. In a report, Ben wrote that Americans made 6,550,000. What mistake did Ben make, and how can he fix it? So this is what he should have wrote right here and right here. And he flipped them. He flipped them and switched them around. So this is what you need to write. Ben switched the 6 in the 100,000 spot, that one right there, with the 5 in the millions place. He can put the 6 in the hundreds spot and the 5 in the millions place to fix this. So this is what he should have done, and this is what he wrote. So can you see how he switched those? So you need to tell me in your own words that he switched the 5 and the 6 in their places, and he needs to switch them back, because that's a huge difference. All right, let's move on, shall we? Here's the vocabulary word, standard form. We can get this taken care of. Standard form is the usual way to write the number of digits. So that's if you're just writing a number like this. This is standard form, just writing the number out. This is how we're used to seeing it all the time. Okay, a period. Now, we call them commas, but the book wants you to say period. That is what we do every time we have a group of 3. So here's our group of 3, and we put a comma, or they call it a period, and we put another comma, or what they call a period right there. Confusing math, right? So guess what? That leaves expanded form with the way of writing the number as the sum of its digits, and that's really easy to remember because we come over here, and we can write all the numbers out and add them together. Should put an add sign there, and that's the sum of its digits. Okay, test practice. Okay, this is going back to what we talked about at the beginning. Let's see if you guys can remember from the guided practice. A popular pirate movie, I wonder what one, made this much money in sales during one weekend. What is 1/10 of the value of the highlighted number? Okay, so this is a brain builder. See, it's in the brain builder section. So this is going to require a little bit of thought. Okay, here is our value right here in this section. This is in millions. This is 10 million. Okay, that's 10 million we have right there. So if we were to look at this, it's in this spot, 10 million spots. If we are doing 1/10 of the value, remember we go right if it's 1/10 of the value. If we go left, we are timesing each of them by 10. 1/10 of the value is going right. So if we go on the 10 millions and we go right, we're only going to be worth, instead of 30 million, we're only going to be worth 1 million, or 3 million, excuse me. So instead of being worth 30 million, we're only going to be worth 3 million, because we had to move the value 1/10 of the digit, or we have to move it a place value. Do you guys see that answer there somewhere? Yep, you got it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's fabulous. Make sure you turn this in to me tomorrow. And if there's any questions, let me know. Thank you.